Good morning, everybody. Epic Bary back here again today to continue our outward playthrough. Where we left off last stream, we were still kind of trying to build up the settlement in Caldera so that we could move forward with the main storyline progression in the Three Brothers DLC. Mostly, we were kind of stuck farming up a bunch of silver, like thousands and thousands of silver. And it was a bit of a slog. Really, we were mostly just exploring the area, running into random dungeons, and kind of just messing around. In the end, I think we were able to work up enough of the funds so that we should be able to at least complete the first segment of this and kind of move forward with the storyline. I'm kind of excited to see what else they have to show here in this DLC. And let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright, so now I believe we have just enough silver at this stage. Oh yeah, from the Ashes log has been updated. Alright, so what do we need and what does that mean? Our initial supplies will only last for 150 days. Workers will abandon the settlement after that time, slowing construction speed. Alright, I don't think that really affects us. At least 2 resource production buildings. We already have a house, and we've spoken to Joseph Dumas regarding this. So I'm not quite sure why that updated. I think that just might have been the game being weird. Let's go over here and check to see kind of what the status of our buildings are, because one of them should be very, very close to completion. Now these should just have been started. I think we have about a week before these are done. Yeah, 8 days. Same thing, 8 days, and maybe what it was talking about was this. We have 5 days on the hunting lodge. I think, honestly, our best bet here is to wait out the week. There's an option from this NPC up ahead that lets us just sleep for a week. Really all that exists for is to pass time, which is fine. It stops us from having to individually go day by day. So now, let's go ahead.
What are we working on today?
I would like to spend a week helping with construction tasks.
This is a relief.
Yes. Alright. So this is definitely going to complete one building, and it's going to bring the other 2 really close to completion. And as long as we have 2,500 silver, we should be able to start up the next construction phase. Let me go ahead and double check that. Let's see what our resource usage is like.
What's on the agenda today?
So we do have the 2,500. And we lose 15 food per day. Okay. Hey, good morning, Velo. Welcome back to the stream. Hope your day is going well. Now, why is this still going? Oh, there's not enough food. Oh, that's so irritating. Okay. Well, that's kind of annoying, because that means that we need to work up some more money now to pay for the food, and then go back out for another dungeon dive. Now, right now, we are building up our production buildings here in the settlement. We've got our houses over there in the corner, and we're building up one of each of the production buildings. One for stone, one for wood, and then the other one for food. I get the feeling I'm definitely not doing this in the most efficient manner.
So, what's on the agenda today?
We don't really know what to expect, unfortunately, so we're kind of just taking things as they come to us. Yeah, I should have noticed that there was 0 food. That's a bummer. Let's see. 1 unit for 1 travel ration. That's really not super useful. let's go ahead and spend 50 gold. And then we need to work up 500 more. That should at least be enough to get us to the point where construction will keep going on that. Now, the question is, how are we going to make some money now? Oh, I have an ore sample. Let's go ahead and turn that in, I guess. Maybe we'll get lucky.
You've earned this.
Oh yeah, you and me both. I've pumped in, like, at least 8,000 silver at this point, and the grind has been very real. Our prospectors brought home one of those materials you asked for. Put it to good use, yeah? Bring in another 10 or so samples, and we should have the spare manpower to send out another expedition for you.
Oi! Over here!
Alright, so I've got samples I want to turn in for appraisal.
Let's see about those mineral samples. Excellent.
Chromium shards. Alright. Oh! What do we have in here? There's traces of some very rare minerals here.
Well, let's get to work.
Okay, now didn't she give me a rare material? Or do I just need to... Oh no. Okay, that's weird, because I already had the ore sample. That's strange. I guess let's go ahead. We'll put these in our stockpile so we don't accidentally sell them. Alright, so let's do some crafting really quickly then. I think we have plenty of materials to make up some horror weapons. Need a fang axe. But we don't have the iron weapons to even make that. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. That's gonna be kind of a bummer. Yeah, that's kind of the impression that I'm getting, Velo. I mean, really, luckily, I'm at a point in the game where I don't really know what's in the area surrounding me, so I'm okay with going out and dungeon diving. But once I get to the point where I'm running through the same dungeons over and over again, just to get some silver, that's where it's going to get really, really tough to continue. I really don't know. Ritual varnish, that doesn't sell for a whole lot. That might... Honestly, we need to pass time again anyway. Let's go ahead and run out and do some more... whatever it's called, dungeon diving. But first, I think we need to do some alchemy. We have a bunch of water. Should be okay. Alright, so now, do we want to do cooking or alchemy with what we have? Probably both. Let me take out everything I've got. And we'll kind of go from there. Oh hey, why is this in here? I want to sell that. I'm just gonna literally take everything I possibly can. And we'll see what happens. We are going to be horribly overweight after this, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll take that too. Okay, stop moving everything, please. Take that and sell those, honestly. Leave these in here, just in case. Actually, we have so many of these. Let's take out 3. I want to leave that stuff because I think that's useful for these buildings that we're going to be making in a second here. That's probably about all we need. I can even sell some of these. I really don't need the rags. I have varnish, and I don't even use them very often. That, too. Let's go ahead and we'll hold on to all that. Alright, that should be good for now. Let's see what we can do with that. Oh, I'm so overweight, I can't even move. Alright, well, my guy weighs 550 pounds. The advanced buildings are incredibly helpful. Oh yeah, I imagine they are. I don't really know what any of them are or what they do at this point. What weighs the most? Oh crap, let's get rid of, like, 40 of these, I guess. Get rid of 60 of these. Wow, get rid of 10 of these. We just need to be able to move to our campfire. That's literally it. Get rid of half of these as well. That. I thought I would be able to move just really, really slowly. But that was a miscalculation on my part. Oh yeah. I knew once we got to these that was going to be a problem. Alright. That's good enough, supposedly. Let's pray that we can move. I also probably want to sell these firestones. We don't really have a use for them. Hey, I can move. So slow though. Good. We can roll our way over here. That's not too bad. This is still just a ridiculous situation. Perfect. Let's start with our alchemy. And let's see what we can do. Barrier potion's nice. Golem elixir is nice. Horror potion's definitely nice. Might want to make as many of those as I can. Obviously, definitely life potions. I'm just going to start with that. Even with these marathon potions, I want as many of them as possible. We have enough weather defense potions where I really don't need the survival elixir. Oh no, do I not have any water? Oh wait, yeah I do. Oh, I need the rancid water, don't I? Oh, shoot. That's obnoxious. Alright, well, let's see about cooking, and we'll kind of go from there. Is any of this useful? Definitely flour. Maybe bread. Remember, there was some sandwich recipe that we absolutely loved at the end of stream yesterday. I don't think I have any of the meat that I need for it. I think it was one of those crab things, like crab meat. I forget what they're called. Tor crab, that's what it is. Let's go ahead and make some bread. I guess we'll also make this. What does this do? Increases physical damage. That just gives me a discipline boon. I doubt it's going to stack with my actual discipline boon. Really can't make as much as I want. Yeah, we need meat in order to be able to make that. That would be perfect right now. We don't have any meat, I'm guessing. Yeah, not a single bit. Alright, let's go back to crafting and alchemy. I mean, general crafting, can we do anything with that? Make galvanic fists. Make a mantis great pick. But I only have one pick, I don't want to use that up. Obsidian great mace might be nice. I think that could sell for a bit. Really all we're looking for is money. Shield golem, beast golem, palladium wristband. That is not bad. Let's make one. I think we can make two. Oh, we can only make one. Alright. Yeah, what the heck. I got nothing better to do with this. Alright, let's go back to alchemy and see what we can do and what we can't. Seems like for a lot of the important things, we would either need to farm some lower level weapons and equipment, or we need to buy them, which is just not what I'm looking for at the moment. Maybe we can just kind of make a bunch of these. I don't know how much these sell for, though. That's the thing. This gives me rage, possessed, and discipline. Good in a pinch, I suppose. Alright, let's see how much these potions sell for to this guy, and we'll kind of go from there. Oh, we're so slow! And you can do it, friend.
So, what's on the agenda today?
Perfect. If his inventory refreshed. Yeah, these are worth absolutely crap. 40 silver is nothing. That actually is not worth a... Now, luckily we're not doing a whole lot. We're just sleeping a bit and double checking all of our buildings now that we've got some extra money. If anybody was with us through the turbulence, just let me know that we've got the all clear and that things are at least a little bit okay for you. We still need an extra 500 silver in this. Go ahead, we just sold a bunch, so we'll drop off some extra silver and food.
What's on the agenda today?
Here. 10 here. We need 480 to complete what we need. That should be good. Okay. I am gonna sleep for individual days since we don't have a whole lot of... oh geez. Of food in our stores. Looks like for the most part we've stabilized relatively well. Twitch still doesn't like it, but we're not dropping frames anymore, which is definitely a big plus. Sleep for, suppose, 2 days, go check on everything, and come on back. I still want to take things a little bit slow, just in case. any of you who were with us through that turbulence there, I do apologize. I'm sorry about that. I'm not a huge fan of Comcast in general, let me say that much, for any of those that are American. Right, we've got 1 day on that left. We should have quite a few. Alright, so we've got 3 left on this. So now, the question is I don't know how much food this hunting lodge is going to give us overall. That is where we might run into problems. But let's go ahead and sleep another day away, and we should be good by tomorrow morning. To at the very least finish off our first building of the day. Yeah, and there we go. Alright, we've got our first lodge up. So this gives us just food every single day. And I wish we could go in these buildings, but we can't. Got 2 days on this. So what I want to do is I want to at least get the next step along these moving along, and then we'll go back out and explore a little bit. There was a few dungeons at the end of stream that we found that looked kind of interesting. Let's talk to you. Do you have anything to say? Was that enough to complete the quest?
So, what are we working on today?
No, it wasn't. Okay.
How can I help you?
We need to buy some resources. Alright, so we lose 25 silver per day. And that hunting lodge is enough to make sure that we don't lose any food per day, which is actually really good. I thought it was only going to be 5 for some reason. So I do like that. So we don't need to worry so much about food. We're not draining it at the very least. That is probably a huge plus, but we do need to worry about our silver. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem, in fact. Well, we need 2 days, and we're going to lose
How can I help you?
50 gold, so at the very least, I need to give you 50 silver. And then that should still be enough to do what we've got to do. Yeah, I'm back, Velo. Hopefully it stays stable. It's been okay for a couple of minutes. Well, we'll have to see. If it gets bad again, we might have to drop off stream and continue tomorrow, but let's hope that it doesn't get to that point. Once it starts up again, I'll have to check, because I'm not sure if it's on Comcast's side or if it's on my side. Alright, we need 2 more days. I think the only thing you missed, we just slept for a day. We put all our stuff into storage, and we got the hunting lodge finally up and working. Alright, so now that should be enough. If
How can I help
talk
you?
to you? No, okay. Oh, wait, no, that's fine. What am I talking about? We need to go move these along the next step, and then we should be hopefully okay. Yeah, these are now built up a little bit, so now we just need to add the funds in for this, get this moving along, and then we'll go exploring, see what we gotta do. Awesome, we'll start that. So we've got 5 days on that. Same for this one, I assume. Awesome. To make sure that these are up and working for 5 days. We need to make sure we've got 125 silver in the store. Let's go ahead and add that at the very least. In fact, I'm just going to pump all of the silver that I have right now back into the funds. I don't see a reason why
So,
not.
what's on the agenda today?
Better than having everything stop. Alright, perfect.
So there you are. Here's what we need. Get it done.
Okay, so I think we're in good shape right now. Let's pull out some of these. I only want like 3 is probably good. We've got 4 of these, and I want an extra 2 of these hanging out in my inventory. Perfect. Alright, let's go exploring. Let's see what happens. So now last stream, at the very end, we found some
Can
kind
I
of Colosseum
help you?
that I think I want to go check out. Just make sure we don't have anything else to sell. Seems like we're good. I want to buy that. Well, never mind. I don't have anything. Any silver. I just gave it to that guy. Alright. So now, the Colosseum that we found was kind of over by the wind pillar. It was over in these island areas over here. I'd say let's start over that direction, and I want to see what's going on. That was kind of interesting, so I want to go check it out. Right now we have 5 days to wait, so there's really no huge loss here. We're just hanging out anyway. Maybe we'll stop at that airship along the way. We did try to go into the airship at the beginning of stream yesterday. But I think we died immediately. We didn't really get a chance to explore it again. It kind of looked like it was exactly the same. I'm not sure if it's worthwhile, but it's here, so we might as well. Ooh, nice. One of these. I'm just going to eat that right away. Sprinting is never a bad thing. Yeah, exactly, Velo. That's my thoughts. 5 days to loot and get more silver, because apparently I'm going to need it. Kind of just trying to get ahead of the curve, if that's going to be kind of the name of the game with this DLC. I'd rather use my time a little efficiently and explore and do other things rather than being kind of bottlenecked by silver. Ow. Okay. Like usual, I completely forget how to play every stream at the very beginning without fail. I have no idea why, but it happens every time. Do I have any regen? I know this does stamina. I don't think any of these give me health regen, unfortunately. I don't want to use a health potion. Oh, that's smart too. Problem is I don't know where they are or really what they look like. I'm kind of just wandering around aimlessly when I'm looking for them. Please don't come alive. And I do not understand these gargoyles and what makes them tick. I know pretty much for the samples, it seems like I have to go into actual caves around here. That's mostly where they're located. We found a few, but nothing too crazy. Alright, let's play this carefully. Perfect. We didn't take any damage. For once. We got a friend over here. And I gotta do something about that. He's got some reinforcements coming, so we gotta be careful. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and suck it up, have a potion. Really quickly, we want... Oh shoot, it's in my backpack. Where's my backpack? No, leave me alone. I didn't do it. I swear, it wasn't me. Your friends just died on their own. Here, eat a banana. We need to kill one of them without really taking any damage. Ow. I say as I take damage. Alright, perfect. We can do this now pretty easily. Let's get our stamina back and then we'll go ahead and bop this guy a few times. Little bit more, and then I'm gonna charge him. Alright, do it. There we go. That was easy. Alright, perfect. We weren't super buffed up, so that was kind of dangerous just because we didn't do a whole lot of damage, but I really don't need it, and I don't know if there's going to be anything different about this dungeon. That's what's got me worried. We came here last time and there was like nothing going on. But these guys give a lot of money, surprisingly, so I don't mind farming it a little bit. I don't want that, and then take everything else. All of them look like rocks, tree roots, or tentacles. Yeah, I think we've found at least one of each. The problem is that I don't know where they're located. I kind of know, so I know if we go into like the little ant tunnel looking place, we can definitely get some ore. If we go into the Immaculate's cave, we can get some mole rats. But beyond that, we really don't know where everything's located. That's the problem. We do kind of know what they look like, we just don't know how to find them. It looks like the spawns are static as far as I can tell. Oh, their locations do change? Oof. Okay. There's nothing down here. Well, let's take this stuff. There were some elevators on the other side. Ooh, this is a pretty good place. Alright. There were some elevators that seemed like they probably get us down to like the engine room there over here, but they didn't work last time. Yeah, and they still don't, unfortunately. Nothing. Alright, well that's a bummer. Let me go see if that... Maybe on accident last time I was here, because I was a little bit tired and it was the end of stream. There might be... Oh god, there's another one. Maybe I accidentally double flipped a switch or something. Alright, well enjoy your lunch, fellow. Thank you for joining us in the meantime. Hopefully I see you later this afternoon. If not, you have yourself a great day. Alright, we should be able to take this guy out. Let me get some pot shots in every time he misses his shot. There we go. Easy enough. I don't remember how many more enemies are going to be in here is the problem. Looks like we are clear for this room. Before we loot this, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we take out the rest of the enemies over here. If there are any, I guess. No. Okay, we're good. Well, at the very least, let's take these chests. Nice. Alright, so this was actually kind of worth it just for the silver alone. We're really close to town. We'll go back sell, and then we'll head back over to where we wanted to. So no, you can't even unflip this. I still have no idea what this place is for then. It doesn't seem to do anything. I get the feeling the fact that it moves around is going to mean something, but it's just really confusing to me right now. Go ahead, let's loot, we'll get out of here, as I said, and we'll head back to town. Perfect. Well, this should probably get us enough silver to at least have a bit of a buffer. Well, I'm someplace different. Okay, so that thing flies around while you're in it, which is weird. Cool, I get it. So maybe it's like a weird teleportation mechanic around here just to help you traverse the map. That's kind of annoying, because now I have to go across the map to go pawn all this stuff. Meantime, let's at least take out our slug friend over here. Stop backing up. Ooh, okay. Well, I got the timing wrong. I thought he would make impact on me. He's gonna heal, I'm pretty sure, in like just a second. I want to make sure my stamina's up for that. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna let him do that. I need the stamina. Our banana's still good at the moment, weirdly. So let's, I guess, let our stamina regen, and we'll basically be able to zerg this guy down. His attacks, oh my gosh. Well, if I was going to finish that statement, I was going to say his attacks are pretty easy to dodge. That was a pretty lackluster way to hit number 100. I'm going to be honest, chat. I was hoping we could do something a little bit more cinematic. Maybe hold out for a boss or something like that. But gotta hit 100 sometime, so there's no day like the present. Yeah, you sure were, Deku. It was glorious. That was very sarcastic, if you couldn't tell. I feel bad about that one. Pretend like you didn't see that, chat. We'll redo 100. Do-over. I'm calling a mulligan. Alright, let's go ahead and reset that back to 99. I'm just joking. I'll leave it. You fall to the ground, broken and defeated. As you start to black out from the pain, you sense someone standing above you, defending you. A warm voice reaches you through the haze of pain. Whoa there now. It ain't your time to die today. Stay with me. I'll look after you. Stars and campfires dance in your fevered mind. Your eyes flutter open, and you find yourself someplace safe. A warm campfire roars nearby, a note and mysterious bottle propped up beside it. You are alone, but you feel like someone was just here a moment ago. Oh, cool. Just spawn me right next to a crab game. Hold on, please don't light me on fire. Ah, crap. I asked you nicely. What a jerk. These crabs are actually the worst. Oh god. Where did that come from? I'm out of here. Nope, I'm over this. Done. Kaput. It's weird that that thing aggroed on a crab and not me, but I'll take it. The slug death is a good death. If you say so. I don't know. You don't even really need dodge timing. You can just kind of slowly back up, and it can't do a thing about it. It's just like super tanky is all. I have way too much junk. Let's head back to the volcano. Annoyingly, the airship moved us across the map, so we have to slowly slog our way over. In fact, I think I have a few movement potions. Oh god, I forgot what they look like. Yeah, this. And maybe before we head back to town, I'm gonna refill all my water skins as well. I'm running a little bit low on them. So maybe we'll come back and go into that crater. We still need to go over to the Colosseum. We have a lot of options. We have a couple of days right now, so we should be able to hopefully accomplish something before the timer on these production buildings is up. Give me this junk water. All the junk water. Does it not refill ones that are partially filled? No, it doesn't. Alright, empty that. Fill. Alright, we're good. In fact, empty this. Swap this out, because we'll go ahead and we'll boil this when we get back to town. Alright, there we go. Clean water is kind of obnoxious to find. Hopefully there's a building we can use to fix that sometime soon. I'm tired of having to go all the way across the map just to get water. Oh, cool. This is where we were before. Oh, we really weren't far at all then. That was pretty quick. Oh wait, why did I do that? We have a campfire back at camp. I just want to be a little bit heavier. Really annoy Deku. That's why we'll say we did that. He's a little tired. He doesn't want to go back to camp just yet. You take a break, guy. Then we'll go out and overload your inventory and do it all again. If my character had actual feelings, he would not like me whatsoever as his overlord, if I'm being honest. All I do is load him up with 150 pounds of stuff and make him run back and forth across a map. And then die in ridiculous and terrible ways. Sorry, Bary character. It's a tough life. Of course I'm going to pick up more stuff on the way. I guess the question is, because I wasn't paying attention, how much time passed when I died? That is going to be the million-dollar question right now.
Can I help you?
I doubt it was 5 days. Highly doubt it was 5 days. That's probably fine. I'm gonna make... If I remember correctly, somebody in chat said yesterday that I can make health potions if I have horror chitin, water, and crimp nut. Maybe I'll try to do that. Mostly I've just been using the crimp nuts for stamina potions, but I really don't have a great need for those. Hey, we can move again. In fact, let's go ahead and try that right now before we sleep. Are my horror chittens? Here they are. We'll take all of them and then not be able to move. I think that's probably okay. Let's give it a shot. Alright. Rancid water. Shrimp nut. And horror chitin. Hey, it does work. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That is awesome. I love that. Better than making one per greasy fern like we have been doing. Now we don't really need to worry too much. Get these out of my inventory. They weigh way too much. Wait, no, I want that back. Oh, crap. Which one was it? This one. Okay. Easy. Alley Gray Bone Cage? Wait, is this a tent? It grants healing over time and improved physical strength? Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. In fact, I'm gonna leave that in my inventory. Do you have anything else we want to put in here? Not for right now, I don't think. Let's go finish making our clean water. Oh, we need to do that with cooking. That's annoying. That's fine. Let's go ahead. We'll pop this here. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Now we still have a bunch of other things. Weird that that doesn't show up as an actual recipe. I need to use a manual one. Cooking and more rancid water. Awesome. Why is there still one? Eh, whatever. What else do we want to do before we head out? Need to sell some stuff. I want to try this out and see. Maybe we can make some marathon potions with this funnel beetle. In fact, how do you make those again? Marathon potion. Oh, I need the other kind of beetle. I need the green beetle. That's fine.
How can I help you?
Okay. Have all this hair. This and this. Okay, good enough. Alright, and I think that is good. We'll leave these here. Got some extra potions. Alright, yeah, that's good. Let's go ahead, sleep to heal back up, and we'll have to see how long we still have on these construction projects. Since I'm here, I'm just gonna do full 24 hours. I don't really see a reason not to. I'm gonna bet we probably have 3 days left. Yep, perfect. Okay. 3 days left, so let's go exploring again, just like before. I guess when we... I wish I could check the actual area map while in town. That kind of bugs me. That I only get this useless little map here. Oh well. Alright, neat. So, we ran straight past what I think is the smoldering crater on our way over here. Let's go check that out. We ran past it a few times, but we don't know what it's about. So let's go ahead and head on in. Don't know if the easiest way is going to be past the airship like before, or if we can go over here somewhere. We could also go check out the Vigil Pylon, because that's not too far away. The problem with the pylon is the path over to it is really convoluted. We can't just go directly to it, we have to go all the way around the map, essentially. Like, instead of going from here to here, we have to go all the way up and around. So we might as well just go to the crater anyway right now. Maybe sometime when it's more convenient, we'll stop over there. And Marathon Potion? Marathon Potion. They seem to give these away like candy on this map, so I don't even feel bad about chugging them. Really easy to make, really easy to find. 10% movement speed is just awesome. I think 10%. 15% movement speed. Nice, even better. I guess since we're running real fast, go ahead and eat that. Help out with our stamina regen a bit. You know there's going to be a fair number of enemies over here by the crater. Okay. We see there's an obsidian golem and 2 ghosts over there. Let's go ahead and buff up. Get this for the mana regen. Infusion. And then our focus and rage, and let's go beat these guys up. We are super fast. I don't think there's going to be much they can do about this, as long as they don't light us on fire. Probably should focus the obsidian elemental. Ow. Ah, the tracking! It's so bad. Alright, awesome. So those things are dangerous only because of those stupid tracking fireballs. These enemies are annoying because they just charge at you endlessly, but they're pretty weak. Nice. Alright, there we go. Take their junk. And then, I didn't see where the entrance to this place is. Well, I guess we'll do a lap around it and figure it out. I assume when we go in, it's going to be a lot of the same style of enemy. Oh crap, we're out of stamina. Wow. Every time. It's going to try to run up that instead of actually mining it. Worth it for a sapphire, though. Wait, can we even go in this? We have to. It's a named landmark. There's no way that it just wants us to wander in a circle around it. That's ridiculous. Okay, well then this is definitely going to be a quest objective. I'm calling it right now. Let's go up to the visual pylon, I guess. I'm gonna reserve hope that we come back to that at some point. Maybe that's where the big bad final boss is. He explodes out of the rock or something. Who knows? You know, we kind of wandered through here. Oh, of course. It's our favorite crab friend. We're still buffed. Beat him up. Don't hit me. My spear is badly damaged. Yikes. Oh, wow, it is. Oh, crap. And that lowers its stats by half. Alright, then. Okay, let's... Come on. If we can find some butterflies, we need to rest then. We can try out our new tent anyway. Ow. Hate these guys. Wow, I think that actually hit me. I gotta run. I have no stamina. I have no health. I have a terribly damaged spear. I think we can head up towards the Giant's Village and safely rest, though. That might be the play here. As long as we can lose this stupid crab. Okay, so now, if I remember correctly... So there is the Tor Crab Mound. We were just over there. The Giant's Village is up here. Yeah, so that's where all of these buildings are and that little pinwheel looking thing. Oh, I can drink my water too if we're going over there, because they have fresh stores of water. Now, this is a shame, because if I have to rest, we're going to kind of run out the clock on our production buildings, and we're going to have to head back to town to start up the next quest. Which means we literally did nothing during our 5-day waiting period. Which, that feels bad. That feels really bad. There is a merchant here, though. Yes, we've got that going for us. I think it's either this or this up here. Probably the one to the right. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, let's take a quick nap. And then we'll head over to the other building, like the silk spinning building for the giants, and from there we should be able to find a merchant. Do 8 and 8. And then maybe if we're lucky, he'll let us sleep again and we can repair our pickaxe while we're here. I think we also kind of still need to do that. At the end of stream yesterday, we did repair it a little bit, but we only got it like 2/3 of the way to full capacity. Yeah, alright, so we still definitely need that. Do 8 on that, and we should be good. Uh-oh, is he gonna let us leave? Oh, yes, he is. Woo! I thought the game was gonna bug for a second. Are we full up? Yeah, we're full up. Awesome. So, off to the merchant. We just killed another 24 hours. So we have 2 days left on our quest timer before we need to head back to town. Let's make our way back over to the pylon, I suppose. I don't know how many times I've said that. Oh, and there's butterflies here. Really, we didn't even need to pay that guy. Alright, neat. You? I think it was you. Wait, I can't even talk to you. We definitely could last time, if I remember.
Hello, my friend.
That's weird. Alright, we don't have as much to get rid of as I thought. That's kind of a shame. If we want, we can make 2 health potions. I might do that quickly. Yeah, we're good for right now. Let's find a tree really quickly, and I want to make 2 health potions before our beetles and our blood mushrooms expire. I think at the very least our mushrooms are going to start expiring soon. Tree? Any trees? No, what am I kidding? Who am I kidding? This is a volcano. Why would there be trees? Find one. Oh, yeah, there's one. Perfect. Awesome. So let's... Campfire. Boy campfire. Not in the tree, you dummy. And alchemy kit. Flint and steel is required. I have something to say about that. That... Oh, we only had enough for one? I thought we had two of each. I must not have been paying attention. Oh yeah, one of them must have expired. Either that or I'm dumb. Both are very legitimate possibilities. Okay, now with that taken care of, back to the Vigil Pylon for like, I don't know, the 8th try. I keep getting distracted, chat. I'm sorry. I'm not actually sorry. I'm just easily distracted. Oh wait, what is this? See? This is what I'm talking about. We're gonna go in the Sulphuric Caverns instead, because this is in front of me. I saw something shiny. It happens. This also looks like a pretty short dungeon. I don't think it was named on the map. That generally means it's going to be pretty quick, hopefully. If we're lucky, we might get some unidentified resources as well. I don't see anything right off the bat. I also don't know what kind of enemies are going to be in here. Oh, hippos! Hell yeah! Gonna stab some hippos. These guys have lightning damage, so our Blessed Boon should be good enough. This... And just like before, let's eat some porridge, get some mana regen going. We should be good for our next fight at that point. And now, we've taken all of these hippos out in the past pretty easily. Oh, they do different elements based on the color of the hippo. Okay, so we need to worry about corruption for these ones. Let's do a possessed boon really quickly before we fight this one, just in case. These are really weak enemies. But that's kind of good because they give really good drops. Their tusk is worth a fair bit of silver. Kind of what we're going for at the moment. Just a bunch of silver. That's all we need. A bunch of silver. Silver out the wazoo and wherever else it comes. I'll take the Horror Axe recipe. That'll sell for a few. Come on. Hey, Tourmaline. I'll take it. Jeez, we do not even need to worry about that lately. We wanted to enchant another set of equipment. I'm pretty sure we have the materials at this point. We might need to farm for some purifying quartz, but if we want to pivot when we get a new build, we definitely could. Ugh, these things again. I'm pretty sure these jellyfish things reduce or resist all elemental damage. For some reason, we do very little damage to it. That's kind of the feeling that I get. Oh, nice, an elemental. I wonder if they drop the purifying quartz in this area. I know in the main story they only drop it in the Antique Plateau. I don't know, we'll see. We haven't really seen too many elementals while we were wandering around in Caldera. I'm willing to bet we can probably find it. Oh, crap. Crap, stop, 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 stop. What are you doing? Stop! Oh my god! Crap. Alright, he's got a friend. We gotta be careful. Never mind. We don't need to be careful. Being careful's for chumps. Chumps who like to die. I need stamina for probably 3 more hits, I think. There's also one over there, so we're gonna have to be careful. I could chug a potion, but I really don't need to. This enemy's not very threatening. 2, 3, 4. Stab. Perfect. Nothing interesting from them, unfortunately. That did not answer our question on whether they drop purifying quartz. Oh, hell yeah. Eat that, please. Take that, too. You can't do that now. You do what I say, character. Alright. We'll go with that. Right, so I'm willing to bet if I go in that stupid sulfur, it's gonna poison me or something. We don't actually know. After we kill off this enemy, we'll have to figure it out for science. I'm ever the scientist. Stop moving! Get stabbed. Alright, but let's not go into it just yet. I want to clear out a few more sections of this if possible. And see what else is around this dungeon. We don't know what to expect, so I'm gonna be a little bit careful. Ooh, grilled tor crab meat. That's cool. Alright, well, I lied. Never trust me, chat. We're going in. Whoa. Oh, it's gas. Okay, it's not poison. It poisons me. But it's not actually liquid. There's nothing I can do with that. Okay. So I'm willing to bet that you can stuff something into that and stop the gas from flowing. Now, how bad is this poison? Sulfur poisoning, 1 decay damage per second. Oh, that's nothing. That's the same as the poison from the monsoon area in the swamps. We'll out-heal that pretty quickly. I mean, as it is, we're already mitigating about 50% of the effect of that just with our jerky. Grilled piber fish. I'm not going to remember that I'm not supposed to eat that, by the way, and I'm going to poison myself later on. I'm calling it. I'm 100% calling it. Sapphire's good. So really, we can survive this gas relatively easily, but I don't want to fight an extended engagement with these stupid jellyfish down there. I know there was one floating around stupidly down there, so we're going to have to be careful. I'm going to loop around and see what the other path was like before we go that way. We need to heal up a little bit right now anyway, so I'm going to let the jerky do its job. Back in the Hippo Haven. Over here. Okay. This is actually, I'm willing to bet this is the same room that connects over there. The cave right over here probably heads over. Yeah, awesome. So that was the right call. There is one jellyfish that's, oh cool, it aggroed on us. This game's just too easy. Don't laser me. Ow, it lasered me. That. Awesome. Alright, so here is where it will be a little bit dangerous. I'm gonna go ahead and slurp this one health potion that we made before. How long do we have on this? We still have... okay, we still have about 5 minutes. Oh, and that's only 0.25 health. I thought it was 0.5. That's not nearly as good. That's only a 25% mitigation of the poison's effect. I really want to be able to take a horror potion here. Oh, nice. Aggro over to me, please. No! No! Ah! That was the worst thing that could have happened. Never mind, we're fine. Hippo wants some, though. What are you gonna do about it? Do you have anything to throw at you? I don't think so. The hippos are weird. Sometimes they aggro, sometimes they don't. Yeah, there we go. Leave me alone. Hit me. Idiot. Now you're staggered and dead. This was actually perfect, so now we don't need to worry about killing them, because this is definitely one of the ones that was off in the distance over here. We know there's going to be one more of them hanging around. But we're doing a good job of clearing out the enemies without having to go into the stupid poison gas. Yep, there's our last hippo friend. Hey you, fight me. Over here though. Please? Asked nicely. Hey, I'm over here. Ooh, alright. That's fine. They don't do a whole lot of damage. We took a hit, but it's no big deal. Right, do we have any salt? Crystal powder, which always gets me every time, and I think it's salt. No, we don't. Bummer. Alright, let's just go ahead. We're going for it. Give me your stuff. Okay, nothing over here. Luckily, the sulfur poisoning doesn't actually stack. So we can kind of just run in here for a really long time without having to worry. Oil. Yep, give me this. What else we got over here? Literally nothing. Not literally nothing. I spoke too soon. Ooh, that's good. Worth a lot. Good potion and a sapphire. This was a good haul. Do I want the dagger? Yeah, give me everything. Why not? More jellyfish. Okay, I'm gonna buff up. I don't really feel like fighting now. What are you gonna do? Nothing? That's what I thought. There's almost always 2 of these purple ones when they're around, so I'm willing to bet. Another one. Oh, nice, we're good. Ow. Cool. Get our backpack. There's one path we didn't explore, but we'll come back to that. I want to explore outside of the smog before we go any further. We are kind of overweight, so it might not be a good idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I want all the silver. Every single one. Really? Oh, okay. Where did my ice infusion go is the question. Did it not go off last time? Yeah, it must not have. Or maybe it's... No, it's definitely not. It's not a graphics glitch. I don't know, that's weird. I don't know if there's like a debuff or, what's the word I'm thinking of? Where an enemy can dispel you? Well, yeah, that's the word I'm thinking of. I don't know if this game has enemies that can dispel you. Dispel. Dispel. Whichever one. Oh, nice. Green beetle. We can make a marathon potion now. Junk. Oh, there's another path over here. What a weird dungeon this is. Where is this? We don't need this. It doesn't really weigh anything. Eat that before it goes bad. What else? Ooh, we have way too many mana stones. Let's drop... Alright, what am I at right now? 130. Dagger doesn't weigh very much. It sells for a decent-ish enough. A decent-ish amount. Shield really doesn't sell for a whole lot. And let's drop, I guess, 10. We'll do 8. That's enough to at least give us our full range of movement back. We're burning extra stamina, but that's whatever. Okay, so we have almost full cleared this dungeon. We just need to go down this little sulphurous pass, and then we're good. Hey, alright, it was all worth it. Didn't see you, but I can definitely hear the music playing. Alright, let's come get you. We can definitely take this out in the poison. That's not that big of a deal. It stops flying around. Perfect. Easy peasy. Nothing. It did give us a free harpoon if we needed it, which was nice of the game. Go across or through. This is not poisonous, so we're gonna go across. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a bunch back here. Dungeon is deceptively long. think Mist Boon, we'll do that. I think that's the attack that they use. We'll use our last porridge really quickly. Perfect. Alright. Beat up some jellyfish. Oh, this one looks fancy. And I immediately got it. No! Perfect. Perfectly executed. It's definitely like a queen jellyfish. I don't know, maybe it is the same as the other ones? The colors on it look different to me, though. Yeah, what is this? Yeah, Grandmother Medice. Okay, so that was definitely like a little mini-boss style enemy. Alright, I need to kill at least one of these. But I have no stamina. I'm dumb. Oh, well, that happened. Stop, please. Come on. Just be a bro. Stop exploding the ground. Alright, perfect. He can't do a thing about it. I guess she, since these are all like mothers. And then what does this have? Hey, mole pig specimen, I'll take that. Flowering corruption? A scourge chitin that has given birth to flowers? It can be used to craft new unique equipment. Oh, neat. I don't know what that's for. And an ether particle. Okay, these are definitely going to be good to farm at some point later on. Whoa, and then there's like, that looks like an unidentified thing. It's probably like a rare ingredient off there in the corner. And an ornate chest. Oh, this was a smashing success coming in here. Whoa! Forged glass bow? It looks like a butterfly. And Chalcedony chakram recipe? I'll take that. Name with a panacea. Panacea. However you want to pronounce it. That gives me 2 barrier? Is that better than my horror bow? 42 physical? I don't even have my horror bow on me. So, how do I know? We're overweight now. Drop the militia weapons, I guess. That feels bad, because that's basically just free money, but it is what it is. Right, what does this do? Oh, this still poisons me. What kind of poison, though? The thing. Still sulfur poisoning. Alright, easy. We can outlast that pretty easily. This. I can't interact with it. I dump my water? No. I don't think I should. It would still give me the option to gather even if I couldn't. I have no option to interact with this. This might be another quest that we have to come back for later on. Who knows? It's not the first one that we've ran into around here, but that's still a bummer. Give me this mushroom. Do you have another health potion? Got a horrors potion. Got this. Do we have any wood? No, bummer. I'll try to outlast the poison. think I might be able to do it. We'll have to see. Grilled Piber. Like that. Alright, yeah, we gotta go. Go, 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 go. We have very little health. Oh, that's where you were talking about yesterday, Cloud. Okay, I gotcha. Well, I already killed the thing. I didn't connect the dots fast enough, and I killed the everything. I could probably try to with the poison, but that would take forever. Yeah, also, welcome back, Cloud. Good to see you today. Alright, neat. Are we gonna survive this? 1 second. Yeah, we're good. Let's find one tree, do some crafting, and then run back to town. Also take this. Don't hit me. You know what? I'm just gonna risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. We're going straight back to town. I'm not healing. Playing the game on hard mode. You're trying to get up the energy to start a legacy character. Yeah, I only vaguely know how the legacy system works. In that you can pass equipment down. Sometimes it gets stronger, sometimes it doesn't. But if you're not feeling the game right now, you don't have to play it. I'm of the personal opinion that, games should be fun. You really shouldn't force yourself to play a game if you don't want to. Okay, I think we're pretty close to town. We should get back pretty soon. Oh yeah, we're over here. And again, I also hoard games every time there's a sale on Steam, so I jump back and forth when I'm in the mood for specific games. I know people definitely have different opinions on that, though. Jeez, sounds like my neighbor is doing some construction work in her kitchen or something. All I hear is a hammer banging on a wall. I'm sorry if that's being picked up on mic. Hopefully it's not. Ah, you're bouncing between this and Valheim. See, Valheim and most survival crafting games, they're really fun for me to watch, but I can't get into them when I play them. They're too open-ended, and I never know what to do. So, like, I have a lot of fun for, like, 10 hours, and then just end up kind of getting bored. I think Valheim does a better job than most in terms of kind of pointing you in the right direction and giving you stuff to do, but I don't know if it's enough for me. I never really gave it a chance. Awesome, yeah. I've got a mechanical keyboard, so I had to pump the noise canceling up on my mic, so I'm glad that's taking care of it. For me, I think the only survival crafting game that really ever truly kept me interested was Subnautica. Man, that game is just terrifying from start to finish.
Can I help you?
You never feel safe no matter how prepared you are. Alright, this guy has 2,000 silver. I want to get rid of is the question. I definitely want to hold on to that. That's the only one of those we found. That can go. These can go. I'm going to get rid of this because if I don't, I'm going to eat it and poison myself. I really should start just selling this crystal powder. In fact, I'm going to. I have so much of it. I know this isn't unique, but I want to hold on to it because it just looks so cool. I know the feeling there, Cloud. I really do. I have a massive backlog, and then what did I do? I bought Octopath and Yakuza Like a Dragon the other day. Oops. That's enough to keep me busy for quite a long time. Oh, I had a helmet. Damn, you know me, Natty. I'm always slinging a crystal over here. Shoot. Also, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you today. That's good. Oh, we need to hold on to that. Get rid of that. I don't know what these are for, but they definitely look important. We've got a short handle and a long handle. That's gonna have something to do with crafting. We just don't know what to do. I think that might be related to some crafting recipe, but we just don't know. If anything else that's not going to expire and that we don't want to craft with. Cooked tor crab egg, maybe? No, we need the meat. Man, all the tor crab meat that we found has been cooked, annoyingly. Go ahead, let's take out 4 salt and we'll make some jerky. Sulfur potion. I should probably just sell that, but I'm not going to because I have a problem. I don't need this if I have a panacea on me. And we'll get rid of 2 of these. That's kind of good. We don't really need this. Go ahead, get rid of that. Three of those away and 2 of these away. What does this do? Oh, yeah. We have the panacea. I don't actually need pretty much any status heal item. Panacea. I don't know. Other defense, yeah, I want to keep those. Okay, I think that should be okay for right now. Do a little bit of crafting, because I want to at least make a marathon potion. I'm always going to make those if I can, because I just love them. Be using an alchemy station. Well, lucky for you, game, I've got one right here. Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that yesterday, but I don't really know what the astral weapons are is the thing. Alright, perfect. Do we need to sell anything
what's on the
else?
agenda today?
Oh crap, I wanted to cook some jerky. In fact, I don't need... Do I need cooking? Yeah, I do, darn. Okay. Never mind. Oh, 2 salt. We need 2 more. That's good. This'll last us for a good long while. Wait, what? Oh, darn. I needed 4 more. Wow, I can't do math today. Yeah, I would imagine that's the case. They sound like they're ethereal weapons, so I imagine they're closer... They're better suited for a mage build, almost, I'm guessing. Alright, perfect. And then... yeah, I don't really need that. I'll save it for other things. Okay, perfect. Now, the question is, do you sell any other
So, what are we working on
blueprints?
today?
No, not at all. That weighs 10. I don't love that, but let's have 5 in our pocket. That's good enough. Pop this out. Perfect. Good to go. Do a quick double check, make sure we don't want to drop anything else off. Everything else is going to go bad before it does anything else. Neat. Alright, yeah, we're good. Here, have my
Oi.
mole pigs.
Over here. Let's see about those mineral samples. Thank you.
And a bunch of clay and gravel here. Excellent building material, but not much else of note.
Now, what critters did you scrounge up for us? You've earned this.
Hell yeah. That was perfect. Ooh, this run to the silverback mole pig. I'll tell our hunters to check that place for more of them. A whole warren's worth of their fur will fetch us a small fortune.
We owe you one.
A bunch of common mole pigs, but they seem to have bred recently. We'll send our hunters to check out these spots and bring home a feast tonight.
Well, let's get to work.
Okay, so that was great. We just got 1,000 funds
So,
and 300
what's on the
food.
agenda today?
Both things that we absolutely need. We have about 2,000 funds, 300 food, and everything else is just kind of whatever. That stuff will come up naturally over time, so it's not really anything I'm worried about. Let's go see how much time we have on this before we sleep. Hoping it's only 1 day. I think we're really lucky it's going to be 1 day. Yes, alright. So these should be done in 1 day. Perfect. Let's go ahead and sleep, because we need to heal anyway, and I think, fingers crossed, we are going to be able to continue the darn main quest at this point. And I'm really hoping this is the worst of the building stall. We don't have to keep doing this. Feast of mole rats. Yeah, I know. I mean, my character shouldn't really be talking, considering he just eats any random plant he finds, and raw meat if I make him. I mean, these guys kind of are living basically directly next to a lava flow. From the Ashes log has been updated. Let's go check out these buildings. That means that they are very, very likely built, but I want to take a look at them anyway. Hey, alright, so we got our production online. We're going to want more food, so we're net positive. But for right now, we are really good. So now we don't need to worry about wood or stone. Honestly, we never really needed to in the first place. I probably shouldn't have built these. I should have built 3 food places, but that's kind of whatever. It seems like the unidentified materials give you more than enough stone and timber to do what you want to do. Probably not worth the drain on resources otherwise. Like, what are we at right
there
now?
you are.
Oh, okay. So never
We've got
mind.
the essentials for construction set up, but we've hit a serious snag.
It's about ambrain herbs.
Our workers are going into ambrain withdrawal. Our scouts and hunters can't gather enough for everyone just by foraging.
Some of our people have set up an improvised growing operation just over the hill, but the terrain is understandably rather sterile.
We need a fertilizer. Something to give our ambrain crops enough nutrition to survive until our first real harvest.
If not, many of our people are planning to abandon the settlement and try to seek permanent refuge in Monsoon. They'd abandon the settlement because they can't get enough of that herb? Why? We already know that. Why are you asking that?
I don't like the look of this.
Ambrain has been part of our culture in Sirocco since long before the Scourge. It helps regulate body heat and protects the lungs against the ash and soot in the air. We've depended on it in order to survive our work for generations.
Unfortunately, ceasing to smoke it comes with awful side effects. The nobles knew, of course.
It's why none of them smoked it. By controlling the supply, they used its addictive nature to control us, keep us in place.
If we don't solve this problem, we stand to lose a considerable amount of manpower.
Our construction operations would slow down significantly if so many people left. That fertilizer is now priority number 1, Bary. A fertilizer, huh? Sounds like you have an idea of what would work.
Here's what you need to do.
I need you to find a freshly laid Myrmitaur egg in the hives near the coast. Then take it to the Sulphuric Caverns. A scout said he'd found a bluish pool of sulfur in there. A fertile Medice must have died in it, releasing a ton of nutrients.
Pay attention, please.
Sink the Myrmitaur egg into it for a few minutes, and the stuff inside the egg should become exceptionally good fertilizer. One just good enough to get that first ambrain harvest in and ensure the farms are off to a good start. I'll be back as soon as I can. Hold tight until then. Okay, so now that's kind of funny because we've cleared both those dungeons already. We've already found exactly where the Myrmitaur egg is. We couldn't interact with it because we didn't have the active quest. And we just got back from the Sulphuric Caverns and that blue pool that we were talking about that we were also confused about why we could not interact with. So that's kind of weird. I'm hoping that we're able to kind of get through there without too much trouble. So now we want to go to the Myrmitaur hives and then over to the Sulphuric Caverns over here. So we can do that. Let's go ahead, head that way. What we're going to do is I'm going to traverse the map really quickly and then take a quick break before we go ahead, because all of the enemies are 100% going to have respawned in the Myrmitaur Cavern. We should be okay on the Sulphuric Cavern, though. That one should be fine, considering we just got back 24 hours ago from that. I guess it really all depends on whether we die or not when we go through the caverns. Where is my potion? There we go. Love these potions. Run, Bary, run! Alright, now we want to head in the direction of the airship, and I think it's going to be just past that. It might be right there on the horizon, those little double volcanoes. The double peak mountain, kind of, that we could see. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and munch on some of this as well. Still have any bread, or did it rot? It rotted, darn. Okay. Here's the Sulphuric Caverns just on the other side of the crater. I'm not gonna fight you. I'll fight all your friends in your little hive, Mr. Myrmitaur. Important places to be. I'm a very busy man. Here we are. Hopefully when we come out of here, we go out the right entrance. Because we messed it up last time and ended up, like, in the Caligray Isles, and we had no idea what we were doing. Can I go in? No, I have to go around the other side. Of course. And for any of those wondering, I mine every single iron vein because there's a chance of a rare drop that's used for enchanting. There's like a 7% chance to get it from every single mine. On top of the gemstones for free money. Those are good too, but I would like some more tourmaline just in case I want to pivot on my equipment. So that we can do a little bit more enchanting. Who knows? I'd at least like the option to change my build if I need to. If we get a new weapon, because right now we're built exclusively for lightning damage, pretty much. So if we end up finding a better spear with a different kind of element on it, we're going to need to redo our build, unfortunately. Alright, let's give this a second for my stamina to come back. Honestly, I think I should be able to run through this so quickly. Let's take the break after we're done with this. Yes, Natty. I ended up spoiling that when I was doing a little bit of farming off stream last week. I know I found that specific merchant once, but I didn't find it the other time. So we will have to go back to the Antique Plateau and complete that quest if we want to. If we want to go that route at the very least. But for right now, we are struggling for money, so that's not a great option, unfortunately. Alright. Let's buff up, and then we'll go take out Mommy Myrmy. Oh, he backstepped it. You guy's a god gamer. There we go. Come on. Come on. I'm so fast that I'm actually having a hard time with getting stuck on the environment. Alright, so we want to go this way. Wait, what? I can't do that. I can do that whenever I want. Jerk. I don't know what this game is on about. It just didn't want to let me use my brace. Alright, perfect. That should be good enough. Get this going. Do we need a mana regen? Yes, we do. Wait, no, not that. This. Alright, how long does that last? Mana recovery for 10 minutes. Nice. I really need to make this raw alpha meat into alpha jerky. That's what I should be doing. I keep just letting it rot. Perfect. Alright, so here is where the quote-unquote boss enemy is. Let's go ahead, use our possessed boon. And we should be okay. This was a pretty easy fight last time around. Let's draw it out. Come on. We're gonna get stuck on the environment. Ow. Come on, stop. It keeps... I don't know if it's because I keep getting interrupted like right as I use it, but it keeps telling me I can't use my counterattacks. It's really annoying. Oof. That AoE is going to get me every time. It doesn't have as much of a tail as the other attacks. Oh, and my buffs wore off. Oops. That's not what I want to do. Oh, that might honestly be what it is, because it is behaving a little bit weird. The Simeon's Gambit has been okay, but it does feel like a couple of times I've been getting some weird interactions with the Brace skill that I should not have. That could definitely be it. And my buffs wore off at a really inopportune time. This is going to take a second. There we go. Where'd I put my bag? Oh, that's interesting. I kind of just assumed it was me, but that does make sense. Thanks for the tip there, Natty. Alright, perfect. And here is the egg. We'll get this. We'll get the ornate chest. There's a very large stack of Myrmitaur eggs in this nest. Taking a few shouldn't unbalance their ecosystem. Definitely not. For sure. No way. You pack one up very gently. Okay, so we got that. Astral Knuckles. Take that. I'll take that. And whatever, I'll take that too. What do we got in here? Hey, a forged glass mace. Trinket handle. Take it all. The forged glass weapons, it's kind of disappointing that they're not super powerful because they look really cool. Oh, I forgot to check when we were back at town to see how much stronger that forged glass bow was than my horror bow. I think it is a little bit stronger since I didn't enchant it. Who knows? I'll take these. Make me some health potions. Oh yeah, we looted her. Alright, let's head on out. We're gonna go the right way this time, chat, I promise. Sure will not get lost. Famous last words. 2 rights. How can you mess that one up? Nice. So now that was the hard bit, and we've already cleared the second dungeon that it wants. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to make a beeline for the caverns, and we'll finish this quest off really quickly. Okay. Which direction are we going? Oh, our airship friend moved, too. Oh, hey, we got a merchant over here. Let's stop by him first. Okay, Sulphuric Caverns are right there on the way to the airship, so that's an easy way to figure that one out. Let's go up to the merchant, and then we will figure out what to do with this quest. I'm gonna really cross our fingers and hope that we didn't get a respawn in the dungeon. We were under the 3-day limit on that.
Greetings,
so
friend.
okay. Oh, a Rondel dagger. And a giant iron key? I don't know what that is. Oh wait, that's a weapon? That's ridiculous. Alright, he doesn't really have anything that we need. Have some of my junk. Mostly this. That, and I think that should be enough where we don't really need to worry about anything. Oh, he doesn't have enough. Oh, darn. Okay. So, yeah, we can't even sell the mace. That's a bummer. Oh, the giant key opens something? Well, then
Greetings, friend.
I'm just going to go ahead and buy that right away. So I don't need to farm it later on. And if I buy 80 worth of junk, let's buy 2 of these, and then you can have 1 of these, and I make out better in terms of my inventory weight. Everybody wins. Alright, thanks for the tip there, Natty. Now, for those of you who have not been around for the previous streams, I am planning on doing an unknown area boss rush after we're done with the DLC storylines. Which should be a lot of fun. I'm kind of excited for it. There's about 3 or 4 endgame bosses per story area. And they're very difficult. And I'm super excited. If you want to watch me die, that should be coming the next stream or 2, hopefully. Alright, so this is where the second section of this quest wants us to be. We're going to find out pretty quickly if we need to fight some enemies. There's going to be a bunch of jellyfish all over the place and hippos. Awesome. Everything's dead still. Alright, cool. So let's just go ahead and rush this. We know where to go. We've already killed everything. Whoa. Can I help you? Yeah, we're going to do this real quick just in case. I get the feeling that they might be sitting here wanting to fight us.
What?
Halt! I don't recognize you. Identify yourself, brigand. Whoa, easy there. I'm just gathering fertilizers for the refugee of New Sirocco. No need to get violent.
Not happening.
You're with those treasonous wretches. How dare you aid those murderous thugs? I'm just helping their settlement stay alive. I don't want any needless bloodshed.
Someone's about to get it.
Anyone allying themselves with that lynch mob is just as guilty as them. Make this thug bleed. So I wonder if we hadn't already killed the little grandmother Madice, if we would have to fight both that and these guys all at once. Ooh, gotcha. Oh crap, they almost got me. Never mind, I'm running. I'm gonna heal real quick, guys, don't worry. Just come into the poison. Alright, we're good. I probably could have taken them out, but I really didn't want to risk it. Oh, I could cheese it too. I wonder if they're also taking poison damage, honestly. That'd be interesting if I could just, like, let them stay down there until they slowly bled to death. That's morbid. Oh, nice! He gave us 4 of those? Hell yeah, give me that. Damascene, Great Axe, Damascene, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, I'll take all your stuff. I'm in poison right now. And yeah, I don't care about your iron sword. Alright, well, it looks like buffing up was the right call. Again, I forgot to die to get the pet here, but it's whatever. You gently dip the Myrmitaur egg into the blue sulfur. To your surprise, the chemical reaction is almost immediate. A rotten smell fills your nostrils, and light spots cover the shell. This should satisfy Dorian. Alright, neat. So we are all set with this quest. Let's go ahead and run back to town. And yeah, then we are done. Hopefully there's more to this, because if that's all we waited to build the entire settlement up for, and now we need to go through another segment of this, I'm gonna be kind of annoyed. Because I am not enjoying the city building aspect at this stage. Hopefully maybe we might get access to, like, the special buildings. That could probably help out the grind a fair bit. But we'll have to see. I'm still not sold on it. Alright, perfect. Which direction are we going? This direction. Nice. Okay. So this should be a pretty easy run. We can see the path and the entrance pretty close. Let's try to avoid this obsidian elemental and the ghost. And if we can, we should be good to go. Do I have any junk I want to drop? I'm really slow right now. That doesn't really weigh anything. Now, hold on to it all. It's worth at least a little bit of silver. I don't know what this next section's going to be like, so I want to play it a little bit safe here. Alright, chat. So, are we done with the worst of the city building at this point? Does it get better, or is it more or less the same? Without spoiling what's to come. Now I can start to build useful things. Okay, so I can use like the rare materials we've been collecting to build up stuff that's actually worthwhile, and not just like housing and production. Okay. Is it as much of a grind to build them up, or does it at least level off a bit? Wait, really? There's been one of these here the entire time? This had to have just spawned. There's no way. I would have saw it on any of the trips back to town. Oh no, that was just enough to put us over the edge where we can't sprint. Right,
Can
luckily
I
we're here.
help you?
Have that. Increases the power of weapon skills? I'm worried that that's unique. I'm gonna hold on to it for a second. Probably isn't, in all honesty, but I still want to make sure just in case. That should be good. Pop the axe and whatever we want. The key and the axe here. We are horribly overweight. Oh, because we're carrying around 3,000 silver. Of course we're overweight.
Ooh. I can smell that Myrmitaur egg fertilizer from here. Yes, that'll do.
For our Ambrain farms,
You have our thanks.
I'll spread the word. Have this thing delivered to the farms immediately. I think this will be enough to keep anyone from choosing to flee the settlement. You've done a great service for us, Bary. Thank you. There were some nobles there, too. I thought they were all killed in the revolt.
This takes me back.
Some were close enough to the exits that their warriors were able to cut a path through us. The Chamber Lord and a small handful of others are still alive out there.
This can't be right.
Why would they keep fighting us? Surely they know that they're outnumbered and will flee to Bergermont soon, right? They have nothing to gain by staying in the Caldera.
They're Sirocco nobles, Joseph. They believe that they own the region and everything in it.
By the right of their blood. They prefer to stay in the dying city than move for safety's sake. I'm not even slightly surprised they haven't moved on.
This is troubling.
Even so, we should focus our efforts on what we need to do to survive, not pursuing revenge, Evangeline. The settlement must come first.
I know, Dorian. Fine. We'll keep our focus on the city for now.
Here's something in return.
In better news, now that the essentials of life are in place, we can start to work on more specialized buildings that a town needs. I've got a stack of blueprints waiting for your selection, Overseer Bary. And Evangeline led a raid on Old Sirocco while you were out. They broke into the few remaining manors of the nobles, and brought in any gold or trinkets they could find. Use these funds wisely. I think this is the last lucky windfall we'll be getting.
So, what's on the
Nice,
agenda
okay.
today?
Alright, so we are starting the next section of the quest now. I want to buy some resources. Awesome, so we have a lot of funds, we're good on food. We don't need to worry about timber or stone at all, ever, at this point, since we got one of those. What does this guy sell now?
Ah, just the one I wanted to see.
Alright, let's get the next set of tasks queued up.
We're working on nailing down our construction process, making it as streamlined and efficient as possible.
Once we've got it up and running, we should be able to process more advanced materials and create improvements to our buildings.
Let me think this through.
Evangeline and Dorian are both planning to set up some traditional magma forges to better forge complex construction materials. But I'm sure there's a better way. I know that a Levant engineer made a furnace that outperforms our traditional design.
Use your ears, huh?
We've set a timetable of about 150 days before we settle on a solution. Once my work orders are cleared up, I should have the free time to come up with something more efficient. If you could help me clean my plate, I'd appreciate it.
Here's the plan.
We'll need at least a total of 3 homes and 2 specialized buildings completed before I can get on that task. I'm counting on you, Bary.
So, what are we working on
Awesome.
today?
So we already we got our 3 houses done. You can see them off in the distance from my perspective right now. What do you sell
For
now is the
specialized
question.
buildings and upgrades to existing ones, you might need specific kinds of special resources. Evangeline should be able to help you find those.
Oh, so we can actually upgrade already existing buildings as well. Gotcha.
Be careful about planning a specialized building, friend. These will swiftly become relied upon by the community.
We can't go tearing them down once they're up. Not to mention, we only have so much space and people to run them.
I'm trusting you to make the right calls about what this settlement really needs.
For now, we can only support 3 specialized buildings, but I'm working on what we'll need to support more later. Okay, oh wow. So we can get a bunch of different buildings. This is all the normal construction places. We can get an alchemist shop, blacksmith shop, chapel, city hall. I probably want to rush this one first. 6 weeks of construction? Really? Do all of these take that long? Wow, they do. Holy crap. Pay close attention to the upkeep before placing down a blueprint, says Natty. Okay. So this would give me 60 funds per day. It doesn't have any upkeep as far as I can tell. Not unless it's kind of like out of... Oh, that's just a line. That's a break for what everything is. That's fine. Okay. The Enchanting Guild uses rare materials to enchant weapons and armor. Sounds like it would be cool, but that's like a very end game kind of thing. Sells meals and ingredients. Provides 40 food and 100 funds per day. It also counts as 1 house. So that basically has a negligible upkeep. It takes 5 out of the food that it provides. So the food store seems like a solid, safe option. The city hall seems like an option that's good. That gives me silver and food. Pretty much I don't need to worry. I'm always in the green with both of them at this point. We've also got a general merchant. I don't know that I care about having a merchant since we have the Soroborian one here. There's the Gladiators Arena. Fight different champions to earn medals, which can be exchanged for prizes. and a water purifier, which provides much better water than usual. Well, I don't have any water right now, so I don't know what it's talking about. We can also upgrade the hunting lodge to the hunting guild or the hunting hall. One gives less food but has lower upkeep. The other gives more food but has greater upkeep. The math works out better in favor for the lower upkeep one. It seems like that's the exact same options for these. These are just upgrades to the existing ones that I have. Yeah, that's kind of the way I'm leaning right now, Natty. Either the city hall or the food store, because really 100 funds per day would mean I don't need to worry at all about my resources. I'd be in the green for everything.
So, what's on the agenda
Because
today?
right now I'm neutral for food, I'm positive on timber and stones, and I have absolutely no funds. 100, negative 75 gold per day. And this would
So,
put
what
me
are we working on
at-
today?
It only has a food upkeep. It doesn't even have a silver and gold requirement. So I would be positive 25 for funds, which would be very nice. So I can only build 3 of these. I think the smart one is to go for the food store. That's the most efficient use of resources. Alright, so now the question is what do I want to do? Is this actually a merchant in the end? Oh, it sells meals and ingredients. Cool, it is. Alright, so I'm gonna put this... Holy crap, that's huge. Now, I'm gonna put it over here, a short distance away. I think what I'm gonna do like a merchant row along this wall, if I ever build them. Maybe if it'll let me. Oh, yikes, that's terrible. What about over here? Maybe over here. I can place it here. How much space do I have, though? Like, none. I can get by, though. That's not really that big of a deal. I don't like that it's jutting out, but honestly, the way they have the terrain, I don't really have a whole lot of options. I think this will get rid of that big rock, which will help me place another building next to it, though. Yeah, and I can't do anything over there because of the hill. So I'm only going to be able to place one here. Whatever, good enough. Alright, what do I need to start this? A digested mana stone. I do have one of those. By sheer coincidence, I sent them on an expedition to get one without knowing it. Let's go ahead and start that. Now, what does it look like is the question. This? No. This? No. This? No. One of these times I'm gonna be right. This? No. Did I go past it? Or do I have more than one? Maybe it's in my inventory? I don't think so. No. Petrified organs. I know for a fact we had one of these. Aha, there we are. Digested Mana Stone. Awesome. Now this is going to take a long time to build. So let's get this started. Okay, so we've got 10 days on that. Cool. All right, well, we have plenty of time to kill now. I am going to take a quick 5-minute break, chat. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here with me today on our playthrough. We've made a lot of progress. We've actually completed the first leg of the main quest line here in the Three Brothers DLC. If you're enjoying the stream, go ahead and follow so that you can see when we go live. Typically that's at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Monday through Friday. If you're interested in seeing how the playthrough got to where we're at right now, because unfortunately a lot of the VODs have expired off of Twitch, I have archived them on YouTube, and you can find them under this link, which I just put in chat. For right now, I will be right back with you in 5 minutes. Hopefully you all join me for the rest of our stream here. I'll see you soon. Chat, and I am back with you. Go. BRB off the screen, and I hope y'all took the opportunity to get up, get a glass of water, stretch your legs a little bit. It was much needed for me, but I am back with you, and let's get moving along the last section of this quest line. Not the last, the next section, I guess. We don't really know what else to expect. Start, I guess we gotta do a little bit of inventory management. Don't really have much going on. Got plenty of health potions, luckily. Take 3 with us. Leave the rest there. Probably some more stamina potions as well. Do 2 of those. That off. Drop 2 of these off. I'm gonna hold on to all of these because I've been chugging these marathon potions. I don't feel even the least bit bad about it. Got 2 of these off. We'll use those eventually, probably for a harder boss fight. Don't really care about having these. These can go. Everything else is fine. Cool boon. Basically the same. The teas are kind of... I think these are like upgraded versions, basically. That's kind of what the impression I'm getting is. Also, I'm probably gonna want to make some more bread if I can. Maybe some health potions. I don't think we have any beetles, though. Oh, we should have used the key while we were in the Myrmitaur cavern. Let's go ahead. Let's exchange some gold bars as well while we're at it. I think that's probably about the best we're gonna do. Having all this jerky doesn't feel super great either. Drop 10 off, and since we have all this alpha meat hanging around somewhere, yeah, 9 of it. Let me take out a bunch of salt, if I can find it. I want 16 salt. And let's do some cooking really quick. First we gotta put our cooking pot down. Nice. Make alpha jerky, which is what we want. Awesome. Okay. kind of a bummer. All of our normal jerky is just going to go to waste. Let's leave 10 here. We'll keep 5 in our pocket. Am I 100% certain I don't have any beetles? Got 8 ochre beetles, but nothing else. That's a shame. I'm not going to use those for anything. Not really going to use these for much. Honestly, I'm going to sell a lot of these ingredients because I'm not going to be able to use them before they go bad.
What's on the agenda today?
Give me all your gold. This is a stick up. I'll keep the cooked food just in case. Really need that. Frosted crescent. Golden crescent rolled in frosted powder. Protects against the heat. I don't really need that. I would prefer the stamina regen. Good enough, and I'm gonna hold on to the blood mushroom just in case. We still have a lot of silver. Hot damn. Okay.
So, what are we working on today?
Do you sell gold? No, you don't. You're useless to me. You, give me all your gold.
Can I help you?
Right now. In fact, I'm gonna buy these two while we're at it. Have anything else I want? No. You don't have a darn thing. Just getting rid of that silver out of our inventory is going to really help out. This still weighs 15 pounds. Wow. Wait, I need that to be back there. Oops. You sit back there. Please. And we'll make some life potions. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's sleep, and we'll see what we have to do next for the main quest line. Sleep for 8 hours and repair for 16. Sounds like a deal. Okay, so we need 1 full water skin. 2 technically. Oh, we're overloaded on this. Go ahead, we'll put 1 of these in here. That's going to get rid of half a pound. And then I guess we'll put 2 or 3 of these away. Perfect. Is there really no... Okay, here's rancid water. That's actually... I didn't know that was there at all. Oh my gosh. I really wish the campfire would stay lit. And only go out if you leave the area or something. Then we just need to, I think, hand in some samples, and we are finally done with all the tedium.
What critters did you scrounge up for us? Thank you.
Just a bunch of common mole pigs, but they seem to have bred recently. We'll send our hunters to check these spots and bring home a feast tonight.
Here's what we need. Get it done.
Come back when you have something worth identifying, would you? Alright, neat. So what's our inventory weight looking at? Kinda terrible. Let's drop off, I guess, 1,000 gold. We can't really do anything else with it. In fact, I'm gonna hold on to... yeah, we'll hold on to about 500. And now we are at 68. That is tolerable. I can stomach that. So for this, to move forward in this quest line, we need at least 2 specialized buildings. We need 2 specialized buildings. Okay, so we have the one started.
So, what are we working on today?
Something. I kind of want the city hall. Either that or the water purifier. Although I don't really need the water purifier now that I know the rancid water is there, I guess. That does give food upkeep, but the city hall gives a bunch of funds. The food store also counts as the house, so this would give me an extra 80 gold per day. I think I'm going for this, but we would need an amethyst geode. It also gives housing, surprisingly. Oh wait, no, it requires 3 housing. I gotcha. Wait, so then since I have 3 houses up here, does that consume the 3 housing that I have available? And then I need to build another 3 for this? Because I really hope... I hope not. That's really tedious. A disciple can provide a buff to increase your barrier by 4. We don't use barrier, but that sounds really interesting if you wanted to build into that. The gladiator arena also sounds kind of fun, but I know this is like a trainer technically, and I'm maxed out on all of my skills and breakthroughs. I don't think I can get any of the skills that it gives from this. At the very least, we can't do any of these because we don't have any of the rare materials. So we need an amethyst geode for the city hall, and for the gladiator arena we need a blood root. I guess maybe the water purifier might also be an option, but oh, it requires the city hall. Oh wow, these both require the city hall. Okay, so I'm going for the city hall then. Amethyst geode is what we need. Now, let me just double check. I don't think we have one, but let me look through my inventory just to be sure. No, it doesn't look like we do. No surprises there. I don't know how we're gonna get one of those. Really, the only way we know to get the rare stuff is from
So, there you are.
Can't
Well,
turn anything in.
Let's get to work.
I think I kind of just need to farm, unfortunately, on that one, which is a bummer. It's a real bummer. Okay, so, chat, I have a question. If I were looking to farm mining samples. Where would you recommend I head off to first? Is there like a best area in this region? We haven't really seen a bunch of the areas up here, but I'm willing to bet the mining samples are going to be in the more mountainous areas. Maybe over here on the islands, or in like a cave or something. I know we found a few of the mining samples when we went into the Giant's steam baths over here. Maybe I'll take a trek over there, only because I know that it's over there. Really, I think that's the only place we found, like, at least a few of them. We got at least 2 or 3. First off, is my mining pick about to die? Basically. Ugh. Alright, well, we will... If we find some butterflies, we'll repair for a second. Now that I think about it, I think when we went through the Myrmitaur hives yesterday, we did find quite a few as well. I think I'm going to go that way, and then we can kind of go out the back entrance and head towards the Caligray Isles and explore those a little bit more. If we don't have any other leads, that's probably the course of action I'm going to take here. But before we do, let's buff up our movement speed. And our stamina regen, and let's go. Zoom, zoom. We're going back to where we just fought that Myrmitaur mini-boss when we did the last section of the quest line. We're gonna try, if we can, hopefully get some unidentified mineral samples. That's what we're going for. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna try. I think that might be one over there, or that's a tree stump. Yeah, we'll go for that too. These things are really annoying. Come on, again with that? My counter skills are really being obnoxious. Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing anything different, or if it's because of the bug that was mentioned earlier in chat. But I've also seen weird issues with my Simeon's Gambit skill as well. Where it wants to pretend like it's not ready. Ooh, wow. That was a good stump. Broken Golem Rapier. Ooh, that was a good adventurer too. I'll take all that. Thank you. How about you guys? Anybody want to be alive right now? No? Alright. You win this time, Gargoyle. Well, I guess this enemy is still dead from like a really long time ago. Really quickly, let me buff up with my Possessed Boon. Never mind, I don't have enough mana. Okay. I meant to roll there. That's my bad. I'm just bad at the game. It happens. When will these snails learn? I can outdamage their healing. They're better off attacking me. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the same darn snail that got me last time, the jerk. Hey, Cupie. Welcome to the stream again. Good to see you today. Been a bit of a sleepy day in chat, but we've made progress along the main storyline. We just started our first specialized building back at town. So we're in a pretty decent spot at the moment. And now we are farming up unidentified ores, I guess, so that we can build the city hall next. That's the direction that we're going. Alright, how much longer do I have on these buffs? A minute. Oh, that just ended. That's a shame. Let's head back in here. Luckily, we don't have to take out the big bad mommy Myrmitaur. We can kind of just run through here and double check to see if we missed any unidentified samples. That kind of just zoomed through here last time while we were doing the quest. Nope, my town is actually pretty well off. All of my resource usage is positive at this point. Sort of. Once I get the city hall up, it will be at least. Anything over here? So we are positive on food. We are positive on stone and timber. Right now we do not have... We're either neutral or we are just barely negative on silver. But once we get the city hall up and running, that shouldn't be an issue. Oh, there's a mole rat, I guess. Oh, now I get the porridge. Mole rat, mole pig, same thing. I know there was a snail on the other side of this little rock. Astral staff, I'll take that. And then what else are we doing? Gotta be something. Play this game every time, Snail. It doesn't work. I'm just gonna keep stabbing you. I outdamage you. One of these days it'll learn, and it's gonna explode, and I'm not gonna expect it, but still. One of these days. Anything here? Nope. Now, maybe we do need to run back to that giant steam bath. That's really where we had the best luck, I think. Oh gosh. Okay, let's get our stamina back, and I guess I will buff up on this. What? Really? What a jerk. Call me Bary, destroyer of snails. Ooh, nice. I can make some health potions. And I guess let's see what happens with this. Did that use up the key? It did. Good, good. We don't need to worry about that now. Oh, this goes outside. Whoa. Like a little oasis, almost. At the very least, I will take all of these bananas. The bananas are basically just the same as, whatever it was called, the marshmallows from Monsoon. Great for stamina. That's still rancid water. No, I think it's a perfect title. If you call me Bary, Destroyer of Snails, then nobody expects me to be all-powerful when I stab them down. Throws them off guard. I don't fight fair. I stab from a distance. Oh, there's like multiple mounds. There's the big one over there. Alright, so I wonder what's up here then. Go ahead and take this out while we can. I want actually the purple one dead first. I do not like these enemies. These Medices are ridiculous, and then they've spawned over there. You could actually infinitely farm them if you wanted to because of the way this weird spawn works out. I'm not going to because that's really boring, and I think we accidentally did that a little bit already, but still. Oh nice, and there's some butterflies over here. Actually, let me really quickly then... take a nap here. I want to repair my mining pick and try out that new tent we got. Where is it? Here. Bone cage. Oh, that doesn't look very safe at all. 6 hours should be okay. That'll get our mining pick back to tip-top shape, hopefully. And we'll worry about repairing our spear and armor when we're back to town. Nice. Okay. Oh, we don't even need to worry about our armor because we were wearing it. Funny how that works. Yeah, what the heck. I'll finish it off. We're in a safe area. No reason not to. Now, this tent was supposed to give me a damage buff. Grants healing over time and improved physical strength. That does not appear... Oh, it does. Oh, that's so good! Wow! That's so good, I love it. Let's eat something. Oh, we have a sandwich. Heck yeah. Drink something. Alright, and we're good. We're slightly overweight, but we can drop some junk if we need to. Let's see what's around the corner over here. And of course, there's more of these stupid things. Oh. Don't laser me. Don't do it. Oh, he missed anyway. We're good. Now, how was Metro yesterday, Cupid? Did it work for you? Not you, not you, you. Oh, these things are where I'm getting all this crystal powder from. It doesn't really seem like there's anything to do up here. You forgot your report? I mean, you can just, yeah, talk as a human being. You're not a subordinate. I don't know, is it my commanding voice, I guess, that really gets to you? Because if so, you might want to get your ears checked. Alright, well, there's the giant city. Oh, yeah, so we're definitely in, like, this back area, I guess. Maybe we, like, came over... Yeah, we must have came up here, and we're in this section here. Weird. Now, which is the first of the series? I don't actually remember offhand. I haven't, played through them. Not a sign used, you dummy. I'm gonna hit. Yep. Knew it was gonna happen. .2033 is the first one. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, we need some stamina. Let's back off for a second, and then we'll go ahead and finish him off. Wait, he's still healing. Hold on. Alright, well then, if that's the case, let me back off, break this. Oh shoot, my backpack's over there. Alright, never mind. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I kind of am excited about the games. They do seem pretty interesting. If not, I'm pretty sure they're on rails, though, but for a shooter, that's not a bad thing. The storyline is on rails, I should say. I guess we need some stamina regen. Let's finish this off. Oh, let me see. I don't think we made the recipe for how to make the crescent bananas. Let me really quickly try that. assume. Let's try that. Okay, so that gets us a baked crescent. If we do 2, that gets us food waste. And if we do 3, that gets us food waste. Okay, well, that was a waste of time. I don't think we've ever failed a recipe. What does food waste do? Where is that? Diseased mush? Get out of my inventory. I don't want you. Yeah, I don't know. Every game has its own quirks, so who knows? Oh, there, perfect. We want that. That's like roots or something. Let's really quickly, since there's 2 of these, I'm gonna buff up for real. Oh, perfect timing. Now we don't need to spend an absolute eternity stabbing these. I don't know. If you're on Steam, you could always try to just validate the game files. It makes it pretty easy. It basically just re-downloads it, more or less. Alright, let's let our stamina get back up. We're gonna need most of our stamina bar to take this thing out, unfortunately. Come on. I suck. I need most of my stamina bar, I say, as I whiff like 3 attacks in a row. Oh, that was like perfect. Alright, we're good. Never mind. I'm the greatest. Alright, there's some weird dead body up ahead on the tree. Let's get this. Unidentified roots. Take that. Yeah, well, that really doesn't hurt anything. So if you go into the actual game, I think you can just right-click it and get it from there. Ooh, a warm axe? Interesting. This has to be a unique weapon. Oh yeah, so this is one of those weapons that can be improved. I forget what the exact term is in this DLC, but you can like infuse it or something somehow. What kind of an enemy is that? Well, these are just like random dead bodies. Weird. I want that. Know which of those is better. Do you have anything really heavy I can drop? Yeah, mana stones, like usual. Get out of my inventory. Okay, perfect. We can move again. I'm gonna need to head back to town, but let's see what else is up here. Yeah, well, I don't know. It might not feel great, but turning the graphic settings down to like low or medium, just it might need to be something you gotta do. I don't know. I think it always feels better to play through a game yourself than to watch it. Depending on, you know, your inclination and what kind of a game it is. Really doesn't look like there's a whole lot else. I think that snail is dead over there. Maybe. We got the axe. Ooh, you ran it on lowest and you're still having performance issues? Yeah, that's a shame. I'm sorry. Let's see. Did I kill you? Yeah, you're dead. So that's the main hive over there. Maybe I'll sleep, because right now I can't really see very much. Come on, really? This game and its invisible walls in this place. Alright, so I was already over here. I collected the banana. Well, I mean, if it's happening in the main menu, then yeah, that's definitely like a weird interaction. I don't think that's necessarily like graphics or performance. Unless you're like trying to play on a laptop or something, then maybe that's probably an issue. Oh, wait, something's down here. Please. This looks like it might just be a hollowed out log, though. Yeah, pretty sure it is. Ugh. Oh no, it's an iron vein. Man, I have no idea what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, then there's definitely something else going on. Well, your GPU usage wouldn't spike to 100%, and you wouldn't hit those temps in main menu if it wasn't something different. Honestly, yeah, just try a clean, delete the game and do a reinstall if you haven't already. Oh, our favorite tor crab friend. Ow. Oh. Oh, come on. Man, this enemy is actually the worst to fight with a spear. Like, not even lying, this is the worst enemy I've ran into since we've been in this area. One more hit. There we go. Yeah, I agree. You really shouldn't. Gravel beetle. Actually, how many health potions could I possibly make? Go ahead, eat that. I think we have some porridge too. Nice. Go ahead, eat that. It is weighing me down. I think it's just a bunch of junk. Nothing weighs a crazy amount. Got this. Ooh, I can make 6 health potions. I'm gonna head back to that campfire I have then, if that's the case. Where's my baked banana, too? Yeah. Oh, this is gonna weigh a lot. That doesn't actually sell for a whole lot. Get out of my inventory. I think that was the worst of it, but it's just a lot of little things adding up. Yeah, let's head back. We'll come back over in this general direction in just a second. First things first, I need to go craft me some health potions. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe I'll try to load up the game and see if I'm having a weird issue as well, because I have actually way older hardware than you do, surprisingly. And I don't know. I'll report back tomorrow if you pop in stream and let you know if I have any of the same similar issues. Alright, hopefully I have enough water for this. Ooh, nice. I have a marathon potion too. Like a bunch of these. Give me as many of those as you possibly can. Awesome. Cool. Now, how much water do we have left? We have enough. We have more than 0. So I have 8 health potions and 6 marathon potions. Give me that. Yeah, we've all been there. It's always a shame when something should work, but it doesn't. You'll either get there or you won't. Hopefully you do, though. That's always a possibility, too, but that wouldn't be one of the first things that I run to. Usually you'd see issues with other games, Cloud, if that comes down to that. You know, every couple of years you should redo it, but realistically, unless something's changed, it's not going to make that big of a difference. Because really, it seems like the main problem is just one game, as opposed to everything else at this point. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. You won't. There we go. Come on, stop, 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 stop. Don't hit me. Alright, we're good. The final boss of this game. Oh, for once he didn't get the burn. Wow. I think that's the first time I've ever gotten hit with that fire attack and it didn't burn me. Yeah, well, I've been there too. I mean, I had to upgrade the fan configurations on my machine. I ended up at one point, because my CPU cooler just was not good enough to handle both a 1080 and the overclock that I was running at the time. So I ended up getting like a closed loop for liquid cooling. Oh, crap. Alright, don't hit me. Don't do it. Oh, one more hit, come on. No, never mind, 2 more hits. Oh, I hate you. I hate these crabs with a burning passion, chat. Do I have any health regen? Oh, I do have health regen. I've got stamina too, even though it doesn't really look like it. Give it a second for that to come back up so I can sprint. Actually, can I have a banana? Yes, I can. Thank you, game. Hopefully that's the last of these dumb crabs. Oh, oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, and we're up here now. Okay, I know where we are. I don't think there's really going to be anything else up on this little plateau. It's just weird that they would have this entire area just for that axe. That doesn't seem right to me. Also, I don't think I was supposed to be able to go down here. Please let me back up. Yeah, that's all. That's always a possibility as well, Cloud. The troubleshooting's never fun, but unfortunately, it's a necessary evil. Alright, we have our mana. Let's go ahead, take out our last crab, and I guess get out of here. We didn't get really as much as I thought we would. Oh god, he saw me. Leave me alone. Oh, come on. Leave me alone. I hate these crabs. Oh, God, it always knows. I feel like this enemy, more than any, is actually input reading, which is kind of annoying. There we go. Okay, I can stagger it. Whoa! No, no, no. Alright. Thank you. I was about to be really mad. That ledge almost made me whiff an attack, and he would have gotten me. Alright, so yeah, really, this entire little island exists for no other purpose other than having the warm axe on it, which is kind of obnoxious. Let me see really quickly if I can go back into the hive from up here somewhere. I don't think I can. But before I head out, I at least want to double check. Yeah, this is an invisible wall. Alright, let's head back. Unfortunately, we have to go all the way through the dungeon again. There shouldn't be a respawn, hopefully, if we're lucky, but we're overweight, but we can still take out any of those Myrmitaurs if we run into them. That shouldn't be too big of an issue. Yeah, oh, believe me, Cloud, before I got to where I am right now, up until like a couple of months ago, I worked in an IT support role. Stop it. You're giving me flashbacks. Alright, good. Made it back here. I want to still explore the rest of the areas here, because what we're primarily looking for are the unidentified ores, and we have not found any of them. Nice. Okay, all the enemies are still dead. We don't need to worry about that. Let's go ahead, just run through here, I guess. The show, are you referring to the IT crowd? Because if so, yes, I absolutely love that as well. I didn't like it as much before I actually worked in IT, but afterwards, oh man, it just resonates so much. So much. We went left. Let's go. We need to go right and I guess straight down here, maybe? Yeah, and I agree. IT is the worst. I am intentionally trying to change careers after working in IT for like a decade. I can't do it anymore. It feels so much like retail, honestly. As weird as that sounds. The weird hours, the on-call, the endless patience that you have to have, which is fine for me because I do have endless patience, but like it's just exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. Sulfur potion, yeah, we'll sell that. Hopefully we don't go over weight and we can kind of stay. Oh, this is the back entrance that we accidentally took last time around. Okay. So this will get us over to the Caligray Islands. At least we know which actual entrance we need to go for on that. So that's good. But that still doesn't help us because we didn't get the materials we were looking for. We found a lot of loot, we found a lot of good stuff, but we didn't get what we needed, which is a shame. Yeah, if you have family and friends, it never ends. I'm into that. Yeah, I've tried to draw a hard line where, you know, I'll help, but I make it very clear that, like, you know, this is work for me. And for the most part, they understand that, and they try not to. But I've had to tell my partner, like, because she doesn't understand, like, once you touch something, it's yours. So even if it's as simple as, like, plugging somebody's router in because they can't figure out the cables, like, once you touch that, anytime there's a problem with it, that's your problem suddenly. And that's where it gets really frustrating. Because you try to be nice one time, and suddenly, you know, you've got a job for the rest of your life. It could be kind of tough to reconcile against. Oh, you're studying for IT at the moment? Good luck, Yuppie. It's definitely good. It's a great career. It can be lucrative, and there's a lot of diversity, but just be prepared to have a lot of patience. That's ultimately what it comes down to. It can be very frustrating a lot of the times. Bummers. Alright, so we got nothing from here. Let's go back to town, sell off all our junk, I guess, and see what happens. Maybe if we're super lucky, I think we got like a plant and a mole rat or something, so we'll get maybe the rare material we need from that. It's possible. Although unlikely. Don't hit me. Thank you. Oh, this is the totem house. Let's try to avoid all these enemies. There's always a bunch hanging out outside of it. What is this little area? I don't think we went through this before. Let me check this really quick. Maybe we'll get some rare loot. Nope. It was worth a try. Oh, we went through this village. I guess we just didn't go check out these little open air pavilion things. I don't know what they're supposed to be. There we go. There's our little castle entrance. Perfect. All right. Our potion's gonna last. Our stamina's gonna last. We're good. Dump our inventory, and unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to do too much more on stream today. I don't know. I might look to see what some good farming methods are for these unidentified resources, because this just seems a little bit tedious. We do have a few dungeons that we haven't explored in the area. So those could be good before I look that up, but it seems like the next step of this quest is, instead of farming silver, I'm farming rare materials, which is slightly better, I guess, but equally kind of frustrating. Actually, really quickly look under here. Maybe there's something. Maybe we're super lucky, but that's probably asking too much. Yep, that's asking too much. There was something over here. Oh, it was a smoke root. That is just all of the bummer. Every single bit of it. I haven't really looked over here either. I'm gonna take a quick peek while we have our marathon potion going. Hey, oh, it all paid off. There's an ore, maybe. It was all worth it. All we needed to do was go slightly left immediately outside of town, and we would have found it. Is there another one? Probably not this close. I have to imagine there's like a radius that they don't let them spawn together in. But a man can dream. A man sure can dream. Yeah, I'll take this too while I'm here. Thank you. I do like the visual change where it like ties stuff around it. That is kind of nice. You can tell if you've harvested it already. That's a nice touch. Same for how keys are finally consumed for the DLC areas. When you actually open the door that's its mate. That was also a nice touch that was just slightly frustrating.
Can I help you?
Alright, so we're gonna hold on to the warm axe, because I get the feeling that's gonna be something that we can do something fancy with in the future. Sapphire. Oh, we got a lot of money from that. Never mind. We got a medium amount of money. A good enough amount of money. All we have... Get this crystal powder out of my inventory. And wow, we really don't have a whole lot. We've been getting a lot of these panaceas. Panacea. I never knew how to pronounce it ever since I was a kid. No idea. Let's see. Maybe we'll get super lucky. Alright, let's cross our fingers, chat.
Oi! Over here! Let's see about those mineral samples. Thank you.
No. And a bunch of clay and gravel here. Excellent building material, but not much else of note.
So, there's some plant samples to look at. You've earned this.
Hey, that's pretty good. Oh-ho! Some of these roots are known aphrodisiacs. I know someone in Sorobor Academy who will pay very nicely if we bring him the entire root network.
Now, what critters did you scrounge up for us? Thank you.
Just a bunch of common mole pigs, but they seem to have bred recently. We'll send our hunters to check these spots and bring home a feast tonight.
Well, let's get to work.
Well, nothing really too spectacular from that. We're not really hurting for any kind of resource at this point. What doesn't expire? You can go in the stash. Let me take these back out. Five of those away, all of these away. There's not any corruption here, so I'm gonna hold on to one of them. Horror's potion, don't care about that. That's nice. Don't need that either. Honestly, if I'm gonna go for a barrier potion, I'm gonna use this one that also gives me the buff to elemental attack. Yeah, that was mentioned last stream, I believe, as well. I didn't really know how that worked or the mechanics behind it. I did send her out to get something that, by sheer coincidence, we needed, and we've already used, but we need one more rare one. So I guess for the most part, we're kind of just farming them. And what is that at? That's not awful, but that's still not great. I wonder if everybody's inventory has refreshed. Also, let's fill up all of our water while we're here before we forget. I think that's all of them. Alright, perfect. Nope. Extinguish. Awesome. Okay. That's good. Do we want to do any crafting? Got 3 of those. We can make 1 health potion if we really want, but otherwise, not really. Now, what cooking recipes do we know for this banana? I would very much like to know how to make the banana jam. We know how to make the tartine, but we don't know how to make the jam. I wonder if it's just 4 bananas. I feel like it's definitely not. Oh, I probably need another kind of jam. Kind of like with the marshmallow and jelly because it's so good. That's probably what it is. Maybe not. I don't know. Because it's golden jam, it goes into the rainbow? Oh, I didn't realize that the Vagabond was like the top tier kind. Good that we know that. We just need to know... Yeah, the golden jam. We'll figure it out. We tried 3 of the 4 permutations of just bananas. We'll try again some other time. No, it's not really. I don't care. We have plenty of those health potions. Alright, now first and foremost,
How
give
can
me your
I help?
gold right now. All your gold. You too. This is a stick up. Give it to me or I'll stab.
Can I help you?
Ooh, 7, that's good. That's exactly the amount we need. Now we don't need to worry. Any recipes? No. The good thing is that once we're done with the food store, I think that person might actually give us some recipes that we can use, so we don't have to worry about the bananas and whatnot from there. Oh yeah, I should use this before that goes bad. So how long were we out for? We needed 5 days until the next step. And we still have... Oh, we needed 10 days, not 5 days. Okay, so we still have 8 days left, but that's fine. That's just until we need to start the next construction step. But that is going to, unfortunately, wait until tomorrow, chat. I am going to be heading off for the day. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out and watching today, as we mostly just kind of farmed materials, unfortunately. But it is what it is, and that's kind of what this DLC is like, for better or for worse. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get past this specialized building step, or at the very least get the last of our buildings started. I don't know, we'll have to see. It's going to come down to luck, apparently, for what that ends up being. So we'll have to see. You'll have to tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And if you haven't already, be sure to give the channel a follow so that you can see when we go live. If you're interested in catching up on the playthrough to see how we got to this point as well, we have all of the stream VODs that have expired off of Twitch archived on YouTube, because unfortunately Twitch only keeps them for 7 days, since I'm a lowly unaffiliated gent over here. So if you are interested, however, in taking a look at those, I've got the link in chat. The moment they expire off of Twitch, they do go live on YouTube. Otherwise, you all have a great afternoon, evening, morning, night, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching, and take care.